Hello everyone, my name is Robert H. Williams. This one is going to be a spaceship of Moon, which is a rendition of Yellow Submarine, basically. I don't have any words to it basically other than we all live in Spaceship Moon. Button the t-shirt, get your ass to Mars. The 2020 rover, if it doesn't go to Cydonia, it's the only quadrant on the map on Mars where it has the word enigmatic under origin in its legend. That's where the Aries face is, the Petro and Molnar Pyramid, my smoking pyramid. It's got an exhaust valve that's 100 yards. It's a football field's distance height and wide. And that corner would have been broken off if that was actually a crater hole. But it's actually an exhaust hole for an underground living base. I'm assembling the Planetary Society, the NASA, Never a Straight Answer, and the Joker Poker Liars Club, along with the CIA and the NSA and the Americans, to the militarists and the intelligence agencies, to the religious fanatics, to anyone like that. We've never been alone. We're an ongoing experiment. And sooner somebody comes out and tells people, the rest of the world, that I think the better off would be no more secrets. Nothing classified beyond 15 years even for names. You got the JFK documents that are sealed for 100 years until 2063 before somebody finds out who actually killed JFK and their names, etc. I mean, it's gotten so that you got to make sure that someone's not going to go after their aunt, great grandkids or whatever like that. They're going to find you on Ancestry.com anyway. That's what that's there for. Keep track of everybody's DNA, stuff like that. It is what it is. You breathe in, you breathe out, you move on, heartbeat to heartbeat. But until we stop lying to each other, we don't know how we got here. We can't figure out really a good way forward, especially since we're almost $2.9 trillion in exposed debt with the Federal Reserve. I say, why don't you just use the Constitution, make up about 1,000 platinum coins, and you put the denomination on that as $10 trillion. Now, 1,000 of that, okay, 1,000 of them, at $10 trillion, that deposit in the Federal Reserve. Problem solved. Also, where in the federal budget does it include a credit under the basic accounting equation, assets equals liabilities plus owner's equity? That's the basic accounting equation for a balanced budget. It all gets down to that. It's flat facts and brute truths. Like we're nothing but the sparks across the holes of our mind. From one neuron to another neuron. Not like the ad you would see on TV where there's a straight line of neurons and stuff like that. It's not like that. There's a neuron and a synapse, a spark that crosses a hole. It's not filled with matter. It's nothing there. That's a flat fact of how we are as human beings. That's how our brain works. And 9/11 was not done by some Arab terrorists. It was done by Zionism. And there's a video of Larry Silverstein talking about the building for plans in June of 2000. Now, so he knew that thing was coming down. A lot of people knew it was coming down. Had asbestos in it. It was filled in it. Filled with it and condemned. And Bill Clinton didn't want them to put explosives in and demolish it. So, and also, the guys and people in power didn't want Al Gore because he wouldn't allow it either. So that's how Florida happened. In the Supreme Court justices, they don't get to determine who's going to be president or not. It's supposed to be the people, and we shouldn't even have a constitutional convention with delegates and stuff like that to make sure that someone who the people like don't get elected. And people got to get more involved in politics than sitting on your ass. So, to Miss Emily, the 2020 rover really doesn't go to Cydonia, then you guys are intellectual fucking cowards. What is that? You should have all your funding cut. It's setting new horizons, not to orbit Pluto. Some object out in orbit out. When he gets there, it's going to zip past it too. It's not going to be able to slow down. Stupid. send humans along there pretty damn quick too.